Hi, everybody, and welcome in to the latest episode of the First and Football podcast. It is Wednesday, October 11th, 2023. I am your host, Justin Sutton. My co-host, Mike Rosenthal, unfortunately is not here to join me today. Today, we're going to be talking about the Monday Night Football game, Packers-Raiders. We're going to be talking about the Thursday night game upcoming here, Chiefs-Broncos. And we're also going to be talking about some injuries. Lots of injuries, unfortunately. So let's get right into it here. Monday Night Football. Instant reaction. As a Packer fan, I was not okay. I feel like we easily could have won that game. That's for sure. Quite frankly, the Raiders, I don't think are very good. They kind of showed that, in my opinion, on Monday night. We kind of blew that game. Raiders didn't necessarily win it, but got to give credit where it's due. They got the dub, and shout out to Bob Spillane. I mean, dude was an animal all over the field. That black visor was just, that dude was looking tough. I mean, that was wicked. Jordan Love, I don't know. I'm kind of hot take alert. I don't really know if Jordan Love's going to work. I would kind of rather see what the rookie Sean Clifford can do out of Penn State. Just kind of want to see what's going on there. But in the same token, lots of injuries, and I suppose we should probably have a little more patience. But I just don't think Jordan Love's going to be the guy, honestly. Can he even be like a Jimmy Garoppolo, Kirk Cousins type of, just being a stable quarterback? We'll see. But he's clearly not going to be one of the elite guys. We are not going to go, a three-peat here for Hall of Famers. Let's just say that. Yeah, speaking to the Raiders, what was up with that weird coaching decision? I mean, that fourth down and Josh McDaniels kicked the field goal. They won the game, but I don't know. I'm curious to know what everybody else's thoughts would be there. Would you have gone for it? Would you have punted? Would you have tried the long field goal? Personally, I probably would have went for it, but yeah, I mean, I guess it worked for them. Let's just say that. Let's get into Thursday night football here. We got the Broncos at the Chiefs. Big game. Big game. Broncos are looking like hot garbage. They need this win desperately. I mean, bad. This is going to define the season right here for the Broncos, I feel like. If the Broncos lose here again, this is not just a unsuccessful season. This is a dumpster fire situation. Kansas City, they haven't looked right, as I said on the last show. Last week was a little too close for comfort against the Vikings. I think for them, for Chiefs fans, a little close against the Jets too. I kind of think Kansas City's in danger of losing this game, just given the sheer desperation of Denver. And Sean Payton is a very prideful guy. We've seen that he's a proven coach in this league. Excuse me. I mean, they can win this game. They have the ability to win this game. It's just whether or not they can execute the game plan. If that defense can just key in on Travis Kelce, stop the run, force one of their other pass catchers to beat you, I think Denver has a real shot to win this game, because Kansas City, if one of their receivers doesn't step up tonight, it's kind of now or never. I mean, who's it going to be? Kelsey's only getting older. He's starting to get dinged up a little bit, unfortunately. We hope that this is kind of the last of it for him. You love to see studs play at their level for as long as they can. But let's be real, he's 34. This is his second injury now this season. I mean, Chiefs really need a wide receiver to step up here. Let's talk about some injuries. Very, very, very tough week for injuries. I mean, just horrifying. I mean, there's injuries every year. There's injuries to every team. There's injuries every week. It's just a part of the game. But, I mean, when it affects the superstar players of the game and just the really exciting players of the game, don't even have to be superstars. I mean, for instance, Devon Achane is expected to head to the IR. Just nobody wants to see that. It's just truly sad for everybody. With that being said, let's get into this injury list here. On the IR alone, we have Justin Jefferson headed to the IR, James Conner on the IR, Anthony Richardson on the IR, Devon Achane on the IR, or expected to be on the IR. And last but not least, Tyquan Thornton was placed on IR by New England. Don't know what's going on with him. Looks to be another bust of a wide receiver draft pick from Belichick yet again. Yikes. Let's go through some other injuries here. Travis Kelce, one of the bigger ones here. It's questionable. Is he going to play? I think he's going to be a game time decision. He was limited in practice. We shall see. I get the feeling that if the Chiefs want to win this game, they're going to need Travis Kelce. So my money would be on that he's playing, but stranger things have happened. Deshaun Watson, he's considered day-to-day. Jonathan Taylor is expected to have his workload increased this week. Huge. That is absolutely huge for fantasy managers, myself included. I mean, I've had Jonathan Taylor for 2 years now. I was able to trade for him a few weeks into his 2021 campaign, and it's been a tough stretch ever since the end of that year. So I mean, the patience is paying off. We should see prime Jonathan Taylor here in probably the next 3 weeks. Let's see here. Keontae Ingram, running back for the Cardinals. He is questionable. Justice Hill, running back for the Ravens, is finally off of the injury report entirely that I can see. He's pretty much been on it all year, so that is huge for the Ravens. I mean, they're pretty banged up as it is. They need all the help they can get. Dawson Knox is questionable for the Bills. He's got a wrist injury, apparently. That's kind of a quiet one. I didn't really hear about that. Miles Sanders did not practice. Questionable. Groin. Roshan Johnson still in concussion protocol. He is also questionable. T. Higgins still questionable with his ribs. David Njoku for the Brown is questionable. Amon-Ra St. Brown is questionable, but Dan Campbell said he will practice today. Jahmyr Gibbs is questionable. Aaron Jones has already been ruled out for week 6. At least that's what I saw at the time of this recording. I mean, that's kind of scary. Makes you wonder if Aaron Jones is going to head to the IR. I mean, the Packers clearly are not okay without him. He is a necessity. That's just bad news all around there. Let's see here. Zay Jones, questionable, did not practice. Eckler, questionable, but he said himself he is 99% certain that he's going to play against Dallas this week. So the timeline fits for his injury. I think Eckler will be back. Darren Waller and Daniel Jones to finish out this list. Both questionable, both did not practice today. So do with that sad list what you will. It's just kind of the reality of what we're living in right now. So other than that, we'll get into the prediction for the Thursday night game here. It's really tough for me. I mean, my brain is telling me Kansas City's going to win, but my gut is just telling me that Sean Payton is so desperate for a win. He's got new ownership, new management, every eyes on him. I mean, I think the Broncos find a way to sneak this out. They always play Kansas City really tough. Doesn't matter if it's in Denver or in Kansas City. For whatever reason, Denver they can get close. I mean, you keep betting the streak until it's wrong, and Mahomes hasn't lost to the Broncos pretty much since he became the starter. I think that's the stat. But I just think this reeks of desperation. A banged up Kelce. Broncos have to bounce back. Like, have to. Absolutely have to. Bold prediction. I think Denver's going to squeak this game out. Walk-off field goal or something like that. I say 24-21 Denver, squeaking it out. So that's it for today, everybody. Hope to catch you on the next episode. Just a couple reminders here and some breaking news for the show. This is our show schedule, so you can now expect to, have shows uploaded to you weekly every Sunday night / Monday morning, depending on how long the upload takes. So you are getting content ASAP as soon as games are ended Sunday. You should also get a show Wednesday, and you will also get a show on Friday. So with that being said, it's heating up. I'm really excited for this. I hope everybody who's listened to this is enjoying it so far. I mean, it's probably a little rough around the edges right now. Still a little new to the podcasting game, but hey, we're getting there. And if you're here supporting us right now, we appreciate it greatly. And also, we are working real hard here, Mike and I, on getting this podcast onto Spotify, Apple Music, and other platforms. So that way it's much easier for our audience to consume this content. So thank you very much, everybody. Hope you have a great day. We will see you all on the next episode.